Good morning and sliding in the afternoon. Judy Allen here, San Antonio, Texas, with Keep It Simple or Step It Up today with Adventurous Stamping. So today it's about trick and treats, making those cards for kids for Halloween. We have 155 kids that come through our neighborhood, but we also are creating for kids in the hospital this Saturday. So it's a perfect time to start off with this because it'll be here before you know it. So let's go down the hands with trick or treats and let's see what we're going to do. I'm not doing a 3x3 today, but we are going to make 3 cards from this set here. This does have a die set as well as a stamp set. I'm using just the stamp set today. I did not use the die set yet, but this is a die set, and this actually makes a box, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to set this aside because we're just going to be mainly using the stamps, okay? So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to show you, we're going to create our own paper. I've got some items here we're going to use as well too. This already stamped, but we're going to do it again, and I'm going to show you just so you can see what the difference would be if we stamped it just on paper. We got bling and so forth and so on. So this one I'd already stamped out on white in fussy cut. I just fussy cut is all I did. So what I'm going to do is show you, if I can turn around, if I stamped it right here, what it would look like. And you're going to have the image of the face a little bit, right? So that's the one thing about this one. If I do, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So with this stamp here, you have the face that you can stamp, as well as the outline of the face and the forehead of it, okay? So I'm going to do this here. I'm going to do it lightly, because I wanted to show you. Let me just do the black first and see what we think from there, and I'll show you why you have to use that. You'll have to use that. You don't want to do that on the Frankenstein, but definitely for sure you have to do that on this one. Okay, so let me just show you what I'm talking about. So I'm grab myself a block. And so this is just fresh freesia, I believe is the paper. I just grabbed a scrap because I wanted to show you what I was talking about. So all you're going to do is ink this up, right? And I can stamp right there. I get the eyebrows, and then you also have another stamp for the facial expression. So what you're going to miss here is, because if I didn't do it the other way, you can get this and you cut it out, but I don't actually have the rest of the image of the face, so I'd have to guess it, right? But just wanted to show you what it would look like if I stamped it directly on a colored piece of paper versus the other. I would have to, like I said, I have to sort of guess, right, the shape that I wanted to do it. Or the other would be is that I could sit there and do the solid version of it as well, just like I did here, and I fussy cut it out. But I wanted to at least show you what that looks like there, okay? So let me set this aside. I'm not going to use that right now because I've already got this one fussy cut out. So what I talked about is, I've already did on this side, but we're going to do on this side. We're going to create our own DSP. So all that is we're taking this particular cardstock, and I chose to use, I could use the eyes. Would that not be funny if to use the eyes and do that all the way around? We'll do it once, okay? But we're going to create more to it than that, okay? So I actually got some bats. And you know, you just go, you're just going to stamp the whole thing. So basically that's what we're doing, right? We're creating our own DSP paper. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just put that aside a second. And I'm going to go ahead and do those eyes one more time, because I really like the eyes. It's a different little expression, right? So we'll take this here. I'm just going to do the eyes instead of the mouth. I'm just going to do the eyes. And I got a little bit of mouth too. Alright. Okay, well, let's do it one more time. We'll do one over here. That way I can do just the eyes. And the nose. Okay. Alright, now let me just show you what it's going to look like. You say, well, at the moment, you may not know. That's okay. Right? It's all about creating and showing you different things you can do. So this is one side that I created, and here's the other. Alright? So you can do either one, because the way we're going to do this is, we're going to put this right over here. So it doesn't matter. Any way you go, we're going to end up like this right here. Okay? So you have choices. I did this, or I did this one here. Let's go ahead and do this one since we created it live, okay? Alright, so we're just going to put this down with adhesive. But the nice thing is, you can see where I did different things right here. I used the headstones as well as the bats. Then when I flip this over, I used a little bit of that, but I used the eyes as well. So with this, that's the fun thing, right? You can create it any way you want. Now we're just gonna put this right over here. This is gonna pick this up and do this here. But this would be just as nice if you just sort of did it off just a little, right? Or you could even just do it up just like this right here if you wanted to. But I had good planned on doing mine just like this. So I'm gonna put this down with adhesive. It's all about choices and options, right? So for example, when we make cards on Saturday, I'll have stuff there for people, and I'll have an example, but if it's like any other thing I've done before, people do their own thing, which is great, right? Just goes to show you the many different things that you can do. So I'm going to do this here, and then we're going to stamp Trick or Treat on here. And I don't think I have Trick or Treat. Yeah, I do have it right here. I'm going to do that, and we're going to put Dracula here. We're going to put Dracula up over here with some dimensionals, all right? So what I'm going to do, we're just going to pick up some colors right here. Trick or Treat. I think they should have a smell my feet, give me something to eat, right? Okay, we're going to clean that off. And then we're just going to stamp some words, like I got some more words on here like eek, and let's see what else. Eek, and we do a ghost. Okay, let's do eek and a ghost. Alright, so we're going to do this in purple. Just to give a little bit of color that balances with the other color that I've got on here. And then we could do the ghost in purple too. Get this. Actually, it's not purple purple. It is actually Orchid Oasis. It's like a bluish purple. That's what I got here. I'm trying to think if I had another purple. I do have a lighter purple, but let's go ahead and use this one. So we'll go ahead and we'll just stamp this here. And then we'll get us a little ghost up here. Let me get a ghost. Yes, I have some different things up here. So, and we'll put the ghost right here. Oh, I hope I didn't mess it up. Hold on just a second. Okay, there we go. Okay. Yes, I was thinking there for a second. I didn't clean my stamp off, and I didn't want to get the extra blue there. That's okay. We'll work it out. All right, so we're just going to put this on here. And, you know, if your ink is never as dark as you'd like it, you can always color it in, right? That's the easiest way to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. And then all you have left is put some bling, which I brought some various blings. I got some glow in the dark, which just came out. Got some black, gray, and very vanilla. I'm just going to center that right there. And then I'm going to put this up here with dimensionals. Okay? Just give it a little height. So yes, if you're out there, I'll say hello to you. Just a friendly reminder, we always have these back out on YouTube and post the pictures on Instagram. Oh yeah. So I'm just going to right there, Trick or Treat, and I've got that right there, and then we'll put some bling on here. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and put some black on here, or gray. Let's do some gray. Okay, so these are just gray. They're called classic matted dots, if you're wanting to know. So it's like a dark gray, right? It's not like a super light gray or anything. There we go. So there's our first card. All right, now let's move on to our second card. Get this out of the way, because we actually have some ghosts. I want to use these glow-in-the-dark ghosts. So these all just came out, the glow-in-the-dark stuff. So that's the things that make it so cool, right? Okay, I'm going to show you how it's going to be a little bit easier. Got these right here, and we're going to do that again, but let me show you how it's a little bit easier to see when you stamp this guy out. So we're going to go ahead and get Frankenstein. Let's see if I got his face out here. I'm not seeing the face. Let me get here. So again, right? This one here is easier to get a little bit more shape, but still you're going to run into the same thing. I'm just going to go ahead and stamp this in black, just so you can see what I'm talking about. So all of mine, I did sit there and stamp it on ink pad, and then this one here, though, I'm going to show you. Let's see how it's going to look. So if you just wanted to stamp faces, you could do it, right? Now, if I wanted to come over and do this again, and I'm going to leave it like this, but I wanted to get my outline here, which I need from the other stamp, I would just do it in a clear, like the, because this here, right, I'll just show you right now, this is like Lemon Lolly Lime, and this is this shade, stamped first time and stamped off. And this is Granny Apple Green. So, first stamp, stamp off, and this is just stamping another color. Again, if I want the shape, I'm going to have to use the other stamp. You could use, just like I said, a clear, and that would be Versamark, would be clear or dry clear. Might give you a little bit of an image, but it'd give you at least the dark of what you want to do. The other thing that would be cute is just stamp the faces by each other, right? And put that out there. But I just want to show you the difference of stamping on paper. You're going to have to be able to die cut that out so you'll have the facial image, right? Because these are fussy cut. Alright, so I wanted to at least show you that. Alright, so let's put this one together. Again, this is one that we're going to sit there. I use the Haunted Mansion, right? Now this is really dark, so let's see if we can do this a little bit lighter. And if you want it lighter, you're going to have to stamp off. So I'm going to do it like this, and then like this. And see, it'll give me just an image. And part of that's going to be covered, right? Now I would tell you the first time I did this, you get a much darker color. And I'll show you what that looks like. So this is the first time I did it. And see how dark that is? And then this is when I do my stamp off. So again, it's just a matter of deciding which color you want to go with, right? So we're going to put this on black. And it's going to go like this here. With this coming across. Or we could just as easily take the one we just created and show you the difference and let you choose what you wanted. Right? It just depends how much of it. I sort of like this. I don't like the fact that it's so dark, but I like the fact that I got more buildings on it, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put this down with dimensionals. Now, one thing to remember is while we are creating on these dark colors, we're going to have to put something on the inside. So as soon as I finish this, I'm going to at least, I didn't bring one. You're going to need a 4 by 5 1/4. You can go a little bit shorter if you want to, but at least that size on the inside. And that's because this is dark and you can't put a sentiment on the inside. But these are really cute designs to go and stamp and put on the inside, right? Again, when we're going to be making 300 cards for kids in the hospital, we want something that's sort of simple. And this is sort of simple, right? The next one after this, we're going to have a little bit more layers, so that's it. But we're just going to put bling on here. I'm going to stamp Trick or Treat. And we're going to go ahead and do the eek again. And we'll do, let me see here. That'd be just as cute, right? Let me go ahead and do that instead of the eek. Flip this over. Just a little something different, right? Yep, just something cute and fun, right? It's all about kids. Got 155 kids coming through. I don't think there's a one of them that's going to stop long enough. And then I'm just going to put this up on dimensionals. I could stamp again, but you know, I'm just going to leave it like that. And then we'll put some bling on it. So let's put a ghost on the other one. This one we'll put the haunted house. Got haunted houses in the background. And it's pretty cute together. Now this go either way, right? I did both of them. Like I said, one's a stamp off of the other one. I'll go with the dark one though. This is Granny Apple Green. There's so many greens, you could just as easily use, what, Old Olive? I started off with Old Olive, but then I wanted a brighter green, and I stamped with the Granny Apple Green. It's a little bit darker than I anticipated. Okay. Just put this right here. And then we'll put some bling here. And we'll be done, okay? We will be done. And I just brought some of the glow in the dark. Let's put some glow in the dark on here. This is just really cool stuff. If you saw us showing the demoing the new paper and everything when we first got it, we showed the different the glow in the dark stuff. And it's just really cool. Because it really glows in the dark, right? And we'll just come and put some bats on here. They'll show up really against that dark color. Let's leave that here. We'll put a ghost right up here at the top. There we go. So these will glow in the dark. Isn't that not cool? If you can't see it, it'll glow in the dark. Alright, that's card number 2. Card number 3. So card number 3, we're going to do just a little bit differently. I did this with orange, and I had leftover. I got some of these too, because I thought, you know what, it would be fun to use just different things, right? Okay. So this one we stamped also. First I'm going to get the black down. So this one's layers, right? So it's going to be a little bit more because it's layers. So just give it this. Ooh, I do not control sound effects in the house. That is not me. So there you go. This is a living, breathing house with real people in it. This one I sat there and stamped with. I just used, this is smoky slate. And I stamped with smoky slate, just like I did the others. You just sort of make sure everything's, you know, just going different ways, right? All right. So I'm going to put this down with adhesive. So personally at the moment, knowing I got to create for 155 kids, because that's what I like to do. To me, Halloween is just such a fun time that I can pass things out to kids. I pass out candy. I don't know, this one's just a little off. I pass out candy. I've even got some treat boxes left over from last year that I created for the paper pumpkin that I'll be using this year. And let's see, that's off just a little. Yeah, it's off just a little. So the thing is that right? The thing is, the time is the essence. Whether it's now, Christmas, or whatever, it's sort of like we're in September now, and it's just countdown, right? It's countdown to Halloween. It's countdown to Thanksgiving. And I'm not sure why I'm having such a difficult time, but it's okay. We'll just leave it right there. So it's all in countdown mode. Then I'm just going to put this right here on top, and then we're going to stamp this other, and then we're going to just put the other up on dimensionals, right? So it's like I said, you know, if you're going to create 155 cards, or in our particular case, our goal is to get over 300 cards out for the kids in the hospital, which that includes St. Jude's, any other children's hospital. It's a nonprofit that does this. So it's going to get out, right? I'm going to put this up on dimensionals only because I can, but I'm going to stamp Trick or Treat in the middle. So I wasn't going to do anything necessarily super fancy here, other than I'm going to definitely put Frankenstein. I'm just going to Trick or Treat in the middle. Okay. So it's a little bit different than we did the other ones. The other ones are similar. We just made our own paper, right? This one, I stamped my own paper here too. And I'm going to put this up with dimensionals. And I'm just trying to look for things, right? That's not going to take me a lot of time, but they're going to be cute and fun. And that's the key to it, right? When you give it to kids, it's all about making it cute and fun. Especially if kids are in the hospital, they're just grateful to get something, right? That somebody's thinking of them. So there are guidelines. There are guidelines. So if you're interested in the guidelines, let me know, and I'll get the guidelines to you. Or if you'd like to join us in creating cards for kids in the hospital, Again, I'll just send you the information. All I ask that is if you want me to send it off, I usually try to send off a big package. And then the deadline for that is October the 9th. And the reason for that is you have to give them time to go through them, sort them, and where they're going to go to and get them mailed off. So usually you like it at least 2 weeks ahead of time. And I try to do it a little bit earlier than that if I can, just to give them time, right? It's all about the post office. We have to mail, so then they have to mail, they have to sort through and mail. And this one here was just going to sit there and put these right here. Nice and cute and fun. And again, we're just going to do it dimensional, so this is the leftover edges that I have, which work just fine. And we're just going to put this down at the bottom here. And we're going to do the same time. This is just a cute little Frankenstein in it. Cute, cute, cute. And we'll put this across the bottom. And get this on here. And then we'll just put some bling. I just want to make it cute and fun. I'm going to take these little rocks. And you know what? I'm going to take these right here because they look like they would glow in the dark, but they don't. But they look like it, right? And let's see. Oop. Can put some down here too. We're going to use some odd numbers, right? Oop. Do that here. Okay. Well, there we go. We just have a cute little fun card. We use our extra stuff we had here to make a trick-or-treat card. So this is what we've got here. We move our stuff out of the way. This is such a fun thing, right? Because you can do so many things. You're not limited. I mean, I can even do this right here in the background, just super, super light. Let's see how light we can get that. I like that idea already. Let's see how light can we get it. It has to be light, though, right? Because I don't want to take away from the trick-or-treat. And since I've already stamped it, too. But let's see how light we can get it. And we might add it. Just because we can, right? Okay, so just let you know, you can ink it up well. So here's stamp 1, here is stamp 2, and here is stamp 3. Just really barely there, and I can live with that, okay? So we're going to ink it up good. Stamp 1, stamp 2, and see if I can do it without messing up people's faces. It's black, we won't know anyway. There you go. Just give a little something extra there. So you'll just have to let me know what your favorite is. So, let's do it again. This is our third one. Here is our second one. And then here is our first one. Right? So just change up the colors, get the Halloween colors in there, and it's just that easy to sit there and create 3 simple cards. So I hope you enjoyed that, right? That wasn't that hard to create. It's all about creating, sharing, and giving. So with Halloween around the corner, I don't know how many kids you have in your neighborhood, but we have 155 that come through our house to the cul-de-sac no matter what day of the week the Halloween falls on. Plus, we got kids in the hospital we've been making cards for. And our goal is to do over 300 cards just like we did last year. So with that, go out there, create, share, and give. It's very easy to do and make a difference in someone else's life. With that, be blessed. Please be sure to follow us not only here, but on YouTube, as well as on Instagram, where we post our videos and also we post our cards. See you next week on Keep It Simple or Stamp It Up with Judy Allen here in San Antonio, Texas. Bye.